I'm Brian Skronsky, got my pals hanging out too, Andy Jardy, Eric Will, and man, when fall shows up, it just kicks the door right in. It shows up in a flurry. It got cold, it got comfortable football weather tonight. We had a lot of games go down in the area where we thought there were a couple of great matchups, at least on paper. Didn't turn out that way by the end of the game. Tons of highlights coming up here before we're all said and done. But now that we're 6 weeks in, Eric, you've had a lot to digest. You got your coach's cap on every week on this show. I want to hear your 6 thoughts from 6 weeks of the season. What have you learned? What do you know about area football at this point?
Well, Brian, I think it's probably as clear as mud, right? So, I mean, you know, we're going to talk about 6 things. I did highlight 6 things to me, and I tried to hit just about every conference that we cover at least. But these are things that can also be cleared up in another 3 or 4 weeks as well. So the first thing is that the MOAC still as wide open as possible. Clear Fork and Highland obviously have the inside track right now. I still like Clear Fork to win the league. That's been my pick from the beginning. I'm staying with that horse. So Coach Carroll, continue to keep those guys focused and get it done. You know, Shelby took one on the chin tonight to Galleon, but Shelby and Galleon are both still in the race. Shelby, actually, if they went out, they could actually share it if nothing else.
Wow,
so yeah, they could still do that. River Valley's still in it as well, but they need help. And I'll tell you what, another big issue is that there's really only 3 teams that are out of it, which is Ontario, Pleasant, and Marion Harding. So the MOAC, you're still wide open. Next, I have Crestview. Easily going to win the Firelands Conference. What I saw tonight was a team that's hungry. Their defense is legit. They've got star power on the offensive side with Raymer. They are the class of the small schools. And I don't even like using the word small schools just because I think they can play with a whole bunch of teams in this area. They're nasty. And Storm and G know this. I didn't realize this. When I got there and they score points, they like shut the lights off. It's unbelievable. It is a great atmosphere over there. If you've not been to Crestview to watch a football game, you need to get over there. But Crestview is the team to beat in the Firelands. Next, the N10. We got Cary Baby. Holden served tonight, winning 7-3. That's a big win against Colonel Crawford. So I'm trying to figure out, is Cary not quite as good as last year, or is Colonel Crawford significantly better than they were last year? So that maybe will be answered as we go as well. And bringing up Cary, also understanding that they and Crestview could meet later down the line. So that's going to be interesting as well. Next, we have Danville and Centerburg, both in the driver's seat right now. You know, talking to my resident Travis Berardi, wanting to get his expert opinions on these things. Danville, not a surprise at all, playing really, really well. Centerburg, balling out, doing a great job as well. They play week 8, so we'll be able to do this. Maybe we get 8 things in week 8. We'll probably be able to dissect that a little bit more. But the Freddies are still in there as well. They need a little bit of help because they've got that one loss. West Holmes, as we're going to talk about on this set, is really the team of the extended area. I don't know if there's anybody that can beat. I don't think there's nobody in the area that can beat them. And as a matter of fact, I think they're a legit shot to get to a state Final Four.
For sure.
Maybe Glenville could get them when you look at their schedule and who they've played with the likes of Olentangy Liberty. I think they've played Avon. I think they played St. V's the first week. But West Holmes, keep rolling, man. You guys are fantastic. And I think that you are by far and away the team to beat in the area. And then last I have, just as this taken form, when you look at Richland County, where we are specifically, where they always say be where your feet are, right, Brian? Our feet are in Richland County right now. Crestview, you got to carry the stick for us right now because from what I've seen, there's some decent teams, some competitive teams. It's very week to week, we're seeing a lot of good football played, but I don't know if the top end football's making deep drives in the playoff. I think Crestview has the ability to do that. I think Clear Fork could win a game or two, and there's a couple other teams that can win a game or two. But I really like Crestview after what I saw tonight. I think they can make that push to a regional championship, at least get to that game against a potential Cary or somebody else. But just quite frankly, I don't see a top-end, high-end tier team in Richland County. And that's kind of what I wanted to bounce off you guys real quick. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I think the best way to answer this is just to go to the moving pictures.
Yeah, let's do it.
I got 2 Richland County teams that went head-to-head tonight over at Arlen Field. Show you how this shook out. Minutemen were coming in with some confidence, man. Winners of 2 straight, but the Tigers looking to put on a show at Arlen on homecoming night. And shout out to linebacker Mekhi Bradley on being named homecoming king tonight at halftime.
All right.
In his reign, it's going to begin with some points, fellas. How about getting to work early, opening kickoff in Lexington? I mean, it was a little cold out there.
Oh, no.
They're going to cough it up and check this out.
Oh.
Whoop! Aaron Thornton's going to pick up the bag, tumble it into the zone, 32-yard scoop and score. It's 7-zip in just 12 seconds. Same score, second quarter now. Duke Reese going up top to Amar Davis, and the star, as he's known, at Arlen. Going to cruise 94 yards in for Pater. I mean, that dude's just fast. It's 14-0, and the hits just kept on coming for the Tigers. It's like one of those, now that's what I call music type of games for them. It was just all big-time hits. Everything they did, it seemed to work out, except for they were football plays. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Next up, let's skip to track 19. Reese spinning it. Keontae Bradley, 45-yard touchdown grab over in the corner of the end zone. Those were his first 2 completions, both going for nuggets into the end zone. Yeah, 21-zip at this point. And I just got one last track for you. Look, he's dancing. He's feeling himself. How about just sling it out and let your guys go make a play? Just a sophomore here, but Nate Dismuke, just a little grab and go. His second TD of the evening. He's going to go on a 65-yard jog or